IST sponsored faculty development program. We would like to take this golden opportunity and turn it around as a memorable milestone. Let us all begin this program by Saraswati Pujan and Deep Prajwalan, applying garlands to idols of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj and Chhatrapati Shahu Maharaj. I request our Honorary Joint Secretary Shri Suresh Pratap Shinde sir to start Saraswati Pujan with Deep Prajwalan. लगे से Thank you, sir. Now I request Jadhav Mama to present Ganesh Vandana. Thank you, Sadhu Mama. With the blessings of Lord Ganesha, now we will proceed further. Now I welcome our today's chief guest, Colonel B. Venkat, Director, Faculty Development Cell, AICT. Hello, sir. Warm wishes from our institute. We are also having valuable presence of our today's guest of honor, Dr. Pratap Singh Kaka Saheb Desai, President of AICT, New Delhi. Welcome, sir. I am thankful for your cooperation to join our program. Now, I will take this opportunity to welcome our management dignitaries, Shri Suresh Pratap Shinde sir, Honorary Joint Secretary of AISSMS, Shri Ajay Patil sir, Treasurer, AISSMS, for giving your valuable time for this inauguration. I will also welcome Shri Bhagwan Rao Salunkhe sir, Chairman Management Committee. Now I request our Principal S.K. Giram sir to address today's function.
A very good morning to one and all. Today's chief guest, Colonel Venkat sir, Director, Faculty Development Cell, AICT, Pratap Desai sir, President, IST, Honorable Secretary, Raj Chhatrapati, Honorable Joint Secretary, Suresh Shinde sir, Honorable Treasurer, Ajay Patil sir, Chairman Managing Committee, Salunke sir, members of the Civil Engineering Department, all the HODs, and my dear participants. First of all, on behalf of AISSMS Polytechnic, I welcome you all for today's FDP cum refresher course on the topic Advanced Surveying Instruments and Techniques. So this FDP has been organized by our Civil Engineering Department in association with AICT and IST. So I am very much thankful to both the bodies, AICT as well as IST, for giving sponsorship to the program. And we feel this sponsorship has been given by them as a part of appreciation towards our sincere efforts, because of which last year we received accreditation for 3 of our major courses, where more than 80% of the students are enrolled every year. So because of that, we have been appreciated by both the bodies. So thank you, sir, Venkat sir, as well as Desai sir, for giving sponsorship. We know while giving sponsorship, you might have certain objectives in your mind. And one important objective is they would like to train the students to the teachers. So that's why our Civil Engineering Department has applied their sincere efforts to identify and select well-known resource persons who will definitely guide you. They will add the knowledge among all of the participants, which will definitely benefit you. And I appeal you, while going to your institutes, try to inculcate all those contents among your students. So far as this program is concerned, I request all the participants to remain present for each and every session. Enjoy the activities throughout the week. If you miss any session because of any reason, then we have made the arrangement. All the contents will be made available at the end of the day on the YouTube channel. So you can refer the contents over there also. So I wish all the best for the program. And once again, I'm very much thankful to Venkat sir as well as Desai sir for their kind presence. And we expect the same cooperation in future also. So thank you to one and all. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Now I request Shri Suresh Pratap Shinde sir Honorary Joint Secretary, AISSMS, to say few words.
Om Namah Shivaya. On behalf of our Honorary General Secretary, Sri Chhatrapati Maloji Raje, I am here today with all of you. I welcome Colonel Venkat from AICT and Dr. Pratap Singh Desai of IST. On behalf of AISSMS team, I welcome both of them and all the participants to have a good knowledge of advanced surveying instruments and techniques. You all know that this particular institution is named with Sri Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj is all known for the guerrilla war in his time. Really, you can very well think of in those particular days, he has made a survey of total Deccan Plateau and made an arrangement on every fort. There are several forts in Maharashtra where to put the water reservoirs and make the water availability throughout the year on every fort. Really, that technology is really a subject of research, and already SSPU is doing research on this particular issues. Our present President, Chhatrapati Shahu Maharaj, is always initiating and motivating all the team of AISSMS towards research and come along with the today's technology for the students as well as the teachers should come up with a teaching and learning process to that extent. I'm very glad to share with you all our Vice President, Chhatrapati Sambhaji Raje, a Member of Parliament. He has initiated us to go forward and have a collaboration with Indian Defense Defense and Development Research Center. Dr. General K.V. Johar of Indian Army recently had been to our institution, and he has given us tasks which today the actual Indian Army is facing on the field. Yes, there are certain civil problems also, civil engineering department problems also. And I'm very glad to tell you that our polytechnic, our polytechnic is going to give a support to our institutions of College of Engineering and IOIT to give good solutions and make a good research for Indian Army. This institution has a record-break history. We have a school named as a Sri Shivaji Preparatory Military School, which is established before National Defense Academy and Indian Military Academy of Dehradun. At that time, the vision of our Shahu Maharaj was there to see that we should have a knowledge of army knowledge and physically fitness. For that, he had more than a team of say around 40 horses. Horse riding is taught here, and firing range is made here in the school itself. And right from the school, the boys are trained to and motivate to go for the army. Sir, I'm very glad to see Colonel Venkat here in the AICT. Definitely, I invite him to be here sometime after COVID and see our working and give us blessings for our future and guide us for our future projects. I thank you very much to all coming up for this particular COVID scenario also. More than, actually, we are allotted for 40 minimum students to be participating in this particular session. But now I am seeing the figure more than 80 here who have participated this particular program, and they are so anxious to see all the and go through with the near coming technology, because this particular total solution technology, particularly now what we are going to learn, it has a vast changes, vast developments. How it can be mounted on the drone, that also is a part of research for the army people. And we are definitely going to go ahead with this particular episode, what we have allotted by AICT and ISTE, both sponsors for this program. I thank you for those sponsoring authorities to give an opportunity to our polytechnic. And I say, I think I should not go ahead because everybody is eager to go for the program. Thank you very much. All the best for this program. I wish you all the best for this program. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Shinde sir, for your kind words. Today we are having presence of great personality, Colonel B. Venkat sir, as our today's chief guest. I would like to introduce Venkat sir in brief. Colonel Venkat is a serving army officer from the technical branch, Corps of Electronics and Mechanical Engineering. He has done his mechanical engineering from Army Institutes. He is having 3 decades of service experience and having served in all possible appointments of command, staff and instructional. Venkat sir is presently on deputation with AICT and is handling faculty development, its related issues and release of grants through AICT AQIS schemes. Colonel Venkat has a unique distinction of representing India as its defense attached to Russia. He also handles NITT, that is National Initiative for Technical Teacher Training, which is mandatory for the purpose of regularization and promotion to all teachers. Now I request Venkat sir to share his valuable words with us.
Thank you, Gauri Deshpande ma'am. It's been an honor to be actually invited on this platform and to come and speak. I take it as a singular honor and a privilege that I have been called to give a talk on this subject in an August gathering, where I have one of the best prominent people already there. The institute itself is of such a great repute. Your faculties, with repository of academic brilliance and academic knowledge. To top it all, you have also called the chairman of AICT, Professor Desai. So I feel honored that I am amongst you people, and it's a great pleasure to be talking to you. From AICT, my due regards and compliments to each one of you for a very wonderful activity that you people are realizing it. You are seeing it fructifying in front of you. An activity which started about nearly an year plus back. That is the time when you people must have given the proposal, getting it approved, and then comes the actually speaking the work wherein you get into identifying resource persons, making them give a topic. The topic has to be relevant to the subject of the STTP, putting them in a sequential framework, squeezing each one of them into 6 days with a time slot as per everybody's convenience. I understand these are not overnight activities, and neither these are very small activities. These are very laboriously driven activities wherein massive amount of effort is put in. And what better can be when effort which you have put in realizes, and today in front of you, you are actually witnessing your reality of an activity which you did for the last 1 year. Compliments to you, compliments to your complete team. And only thing suggestion which we would be giving, ma'am, is whatever knowledge that you will have, whatever wealth of knowledge that you have gained over a period of time, this is the period, this is the time when it needs to be shared. This is the time when it needs to be given back to the society. And when we have these kind of platforms wherein rather than just about 40, 50 people, which would have been in a face-to-face mode, today you seem to be having phenomenal amount of people. One program has been cut short into 2, 3 programs, even the lesser budget, but see the exposure that you people are getting when you come on a platform, because every time you come on an online platform, you are representing yourself and you are representing your institute. So you happen to be an ambassador of yourself and your institute. When we were wondering about the same thing, in the month of April, as to should we give permission for an online activity? None of us were very sure that an online activity permission from our side. Success of it was such a big, difficult thing to understand. But look at the way you people have done it. Look at the way today, when I speak in the month of December, you people have mastered this particular platform of an online teaching and learning. And when I see the national education policy and we are for implementation, one of the biggest activity in an online happens to be an online teaching and learning. People are already halfway there. In fact, if I may reword myself, you people are already there. So what is there now left in NEP when we have such brilliant and brilliant academicians? Wonderful, ma'am. Congratulations. Few words for the participants. Please take the best from these resource persons, from the coordinator. When you go back, make sure that you are much more enriched. Make sure that you go back with the best knowledge. And the only way you can give a thanks to them or a payback to your coordinators and to the resource persons and to the management of the institute which are actually doing it, which is All India Shri Shivaji Memorial Society, Polytechnic. Be rest assured that you people share your knowledge and wealth also with many more, and whatever you are learning today in your practice of teaching and learning, because if I appreciate and understand, the audience is bulk of them are faculties, so they need to be implementing that in their day-to-day teaching and learning. Compliments to you, compliments to your complete team, wishing you all the best. At AIC, we can only say one thing, ma'am. Any issue, any matter which needs to be brought to the notice of AICT, wherein we can help you out, we can assist you in any other activity, please feel free to let us know. Thank you, thanks a lot, and all the best in your all future endeavors.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very
ma'am.
much. Both your work and words are really inspiring for us. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
Our today's guest of honor, Dr. Pratap Singh Desai, sir, is also adding grace to this occasion. I would like to introduce Dr. Pratap Singh Desai, sir, in brief. Dr. Pratap Singh Kakasaheb Desai has completed his doctorate from Shivaji University, Kolhapur. He has completed master's degree in mechanical engineering as well as in business administration. Being the son of most sought freedom fighter Shri Krantivir Kakasaheb Desai, he was raised with strong values and principles. He has a strong background of social reforms, patriotism, and education. Dr. Desai has actively participated as member of All India Federation for Polytechnic Teachers Association. Dr. Desai has attended and participated as member of Indian delegation on various international meets such as World Engineering Education Forum, International Federation of Engineering Education Societies, and Global Engineering Deans Council. He has numerous national and international research papers to his credit. Dr. Pratap Singh Desai is youngest ever president of prestigious organization IST New Delhi. He visited almost 30 countries and 35 prominent universities in the world to study a technical education scenario in the world. He has a strategic partnership in conduct of FEMA Fest and International Fest on Film, Music and Art to be conducted at IIT Delhi. Dr. Pratap Singh Desai has taken large initiation in AICTE IST Faculty Development Program and has received grant of rupees 4.5 crores in this year. Now I request Desai sir to share his valuable words with us.
Good morning, and all present on this occasion of FDP being conducted by SSS Polytechnic. P. Venkat, Director of Faculty Development Cell of AICT New Delhi. Principal Giram sir, colleagues in the faculty, participants, ladies and gentlemen. Let me make thank organizers for providing me an opportunity to be the part of this August gathering of teachers. I congratulate the institution for coming forth for conducting this FDP on online mode, because we selected the institutions, we allotted these programs to the institutions before pandemic. After pandemic, situation changed, and then we thought of going for online mode of conducting the FDPs, and we asked for the opinions, the opinions of the institutions, and this is one of the very few first institutions. They agree that they will go for it because it has become a need of a time now. Yes, though we have started it under certain compulsions, because we were left with no other option than to go for it. First 2 weeks were totally in confusion. It was just like a reflex action. It was not a well thought action. Everybody thought it will last for this lockdown, and this situation will last for some 2, 3, 4 weeks. But it continued. And then all of us, we realized in the education system, we have to make use of a technology. And therefore, yes, we tried, we started, there were a lot of problems, there were a lot of issues, a lot of limitations. But apart from that, as there was no other way to go, we started with this, and I think we are grabbing a momentum now. Yes, as Colonel Venkat has rightly pointed out, in new education policy also, we expect the same thing. And therefore, I congratulate this institution for opting for going for the online version of this conduct of the FDP. My dear friends, today morning, I was reading a newspaper, and one of the eminent personality was addressing some big gathering a big forum. And he was talking about the eras, different eras. Britishers led the world, Britishers ruled the world in 18th century. 19th century was US dominated. And definitely, the same, India will be leading the world. This century will be definitely of the Indians. Yes, I do agree with that. Most of you also will agree that 21st century is our century. There are 2-3 reasons for that. Number one, the benefit of demographic dividend, what we are going to enjoy for next 3 to 4 decades. According to the demographic survey, we are the youngest nation in the world now. By 2025, almost 62% of the population in this nation will be working population, and that will be below the age of 25. 2025. Average age of the population of this country will be just 29 years by that time, whereas that will be 42 years for US, 44 years for Europe, 43 years for China, 48 years for Japan. Average age of the population of any nation goes beyond 40, then the working population, ratio of the working population drops down, and the ratio increases. And that becomes a major obstacle for the economic development of that particular nation. Our average age of the population of the India will just be 29 years. And by that time, that will be the biggest advantage what we will have. And I think it is of us to get benefit out of it. Otherwise, there is a quote in Marathi, ki devala द्यायला and padar nahi घ्यायला. Hey, we are going to enjoy that, but must be in the position to take advantage of that. Number 2, top 10 industries, top 10 companies in the world. And just I compared, because few years back, if you go 10 years back or 15 years back and see that list, top 10 industries, top 10 companies in the world, multinationals in the world, and you compare today's top 10 with that, you will find that majority of top 10 industries in present list are one generation companies. They are started in this generation. Latest 40 is prior than that. So in one generation, companies started and achieved the position in top 10 of the world. So that is beauty of this era. Previously, because in the top in the old era, at least there were some Fords, Benz, Arcelor. They spend they actually use their generations to create that reputation. They invested a lot of money, they earned a lot of reputation to get the position into the top 10. Now the things are changed. Now what you need to start a business and be successful and take it to the top is not a money. You don't need to have a lot of money. You no need to have a lot of infrastructure. You don't have to have an earned reputation. What you need to have today is just a knowledge. So knowledge has acquired a central position. And fortunately, we Indians are very strong into that. कहा जाता है कि knowledge, ज्ञान ये निर्धन होता है. अगर किसी के पास कुछ नहीं है, अगर उसके पास knowledge है, then it's everything. Knowledge is everything now. Altogether, today, knowledge has acquired a central position. We Indians are very strong into that, and that has been proved in the past. You name an industry in the world, top industry in the world, leading multinational in the world, and you will find minimum 30% of Indian engineers there. Any company. Fortunately, are not doing good. And the reason, what has gone wrong with us? When we are in the driving position of the technological wagon of the world, what has gone wrong now? Because we are producing almost 1.4 million engineers every year, pouring them into this job market. And what is the situation? Situation is, you can hire an engineer to the salary of 10 to 15,000 rupees. I'm afraid you cannot get a driver for 10 to 15,000. That devaluation of an engineer has happened. This is just because of the way we are producing our engineers. It's not the only responsibility of the teachers and the colleges and the education system. The way taking it. Today, majority of the institutions wants to go for autonomy. Why? I asked the management person who came to me to seek my advice. I asked him, what for you need an autonomy? These are the conditions. So these many years are to be there, or you have to be there, and something like that. He said, sir, students opt for autonomous institutions. If you're autonomous, you will get good admissions. Why students for autonomous institutions? We are all teachers. We all know the theory behind that. We all know the story. Students knows if it is autonomous, it is easy to pass. Because everything is being done at the college level itself. That has to be ruled out. Abdul Kalam has said, the country where prime objective of the education is to gain a job and earn a salary, such country will produce only servants. Only servants. That country will never produce an entrepreneur. My dear friends, it's a responsibility. It is a responsibility of the teacher to change this scenario, to change this picture. Because many the industry people are always, there is a lot of chaos on the industrial front. People say that the students miss the needs of the industry. They are not up to the benchmark set by. And yes, because industry is changing because technology is changing, and that pace of change is phenomenal. And we invite that swiftness in us to quickly respond to the changing needs of the industry. We will lose our relevance. And the same thing is, and therefore people are talking about the dilution of the quality and creation of the class. It's our E. Sridharan sir, the Metro man. Once he has said, there are a lot of engineers around me, but unfortunately I cannot hire them because they are just engineers. They do not know what to do with this engineering. What you have is not important. What you do, what you have is important. So my dear friends, getting a degree by the student without knowing how to make use of this knowledge, how to make use of this information is of no use. Another important thing at this point of time is we must train our students to take a risk. Our students are not ready to take a risk because social aspect, culture, our culture is responsible for that. Even we we all talk on the dais about people who were and did fantastic in their lives, but still we are not ready to train our outcomes. Yes, risk of is not taking place. The student, some people find students were interviewed, and surprisingly, more than 86% students have the same question of what is your motivation of studying in this institution? More than 86% students have the same answer that I study in this institution to get a good salary. See, like this, things like this. Where is appetite? Where is appetite for research? Where is appetite for innovation? Let's change this mindset. I think just cannot think of ruling or being benefited out of this demographic. It is expected that 280 million youths are going to enter into the job market now. Out of 280 million youths, 160 million youths are Indians. It's a big number. We cannot train them. We cannot train them to make them useful, contributing in nation building. We will be facing a social problem of unbelievable quantity. My dear friends, it's the responsibility of the teacher, this youth in the nation building, to make them able in contributing the development of the nation. I think only education, only teaching, only delivering a content is not at all important. Was educationist, Montessori. He once has said that education is a natural process. It's a natural process. Has to facilitate that. It's a natural process where student learns. I just cannot learn. Many things. Few things you can teach to the students within the four walls of the classroom, but the things they learn in the classroom through the society, through the people, and we have to make them receptive. That is our responsibility. Think of the character of the students also, because characterless educated person is more dangerous than the beast. That is what the Baba Saheb Ambedkar has said, and we are experiencing that. People like Nirav Modi, Lalit Modi, Vijay Mallya, Harshad Mehta, they all were educated. They were not uneducated people, but they were cheated, looted this country because they were characterless. Therefore, Mahatma Gandhi once said in his book on 7 social sins, one of the 7 social, according to him, the politics without principle, business without ethics, technology without humanity, education without character is a social sin. चरित्र के बिना शिक्षा का लेना अपराध है. My dear friends, it's a time now. So, along with the education, along with the technology, we have to train our students, we have to train and make them aware about the character also. It is said nothing is lost. If health is lost, something is lost. But if character is lost, everything is lost. And our says that. When I read somewhere, it was regarding the character. So character, we give a lot of importance to the character. So give due emphasis to the character of the student. So I'm expecting much from you people. It's difficult. It's not possible overnight or fortnight, but it's not impossible also. I was just listening day before yesterday to the speech of Dr. Kumar Biswas, and he spelled कि जब अंधकार से लड़ने का संकल्प कोई कर लेता है, जब अंधकार से लड़ने का संकल्प कोई कर लेता है, जुगनू भी सब अंधकार कर ले. अब एक जुगनू भी अंधकार को चीरने के लिए काफी होता है. हालांकि अंधेरा घना है पर रोशनी ज्यादा कहाँ बना है. So job of a teacher is to train the student, make him adaptable, and to make student adaptable, teacher must be competent, teacher must be relevant. He must be sensitive to the environment. He must always know what is happening around him, what new things are coming up. And therefore, he has to continuously learn, continuously upgrade, upskill himself. And I think this is an opportunity. This is an opportunity for you all to upskill yourself, upgrade yourself. IST will always be with you in all your endeavors, in such endeavors. And I congratulate once again the institution for the beautiful conduct of this program. I expect all of you will gain some new thing, will gain some new knowledge. You will have beautiful takeaways from this 1 week FDP. And I once again thank the organizers for inviting me over here and providing me an opportunity to talk to you.
Thank you, sir, for your valuable and motivational speech. Now, on behalf of our institute, I mention my words of thanks to all these great personalities for your cooperation and sharing your valuable time for this inauguration program. I take the permission of all dignitaries to start next session of this program. Thank you, Venkat sir, Desai sir, Shinde sir, Patil sir, and Salunkhe sir. I wish all the AISSMS FDP team members the very best wishes for successful completion of this program. Thank you all participants and AISSMS staff. Have a nice day to all. Thank you.